Hey guys, red and black greetings. This is Flamengo. Welcome to Paparazzo Rubro Negro. If you just arrived, please follow, like, and share on all platforms. If you're on YouTube, I invite you to subscribe down below, turn on the bell notification, and leave a cool like on the video. We had Hugo Sousa Butterfingers letting in 2 easy goals. Fabrício Bruno also made mistakes on 2 goals. Making mistakes, let me tell you, it's crazy. Fabrício Bruno, Hugo Sousa, my friends. The chest goal, own goal. That's not just a blunder, it's an own goal. With Hugo Sousa's chest. Man, that goal was crazy. Unbelievable. But that's it. Some still think Flamengo erred letting Hugo Sousa go since he saves penalties. But Rossi also saves penalties and doesn't allow easy goals. He can make a mistake in a game. It happens. But he doesn't let in that kind of easy goal. Rossi doesn't let in that kind of easy goal. Well, we're here now reminding you, man, to always share. Just like that, what's up, guys? Red and black greetings. This is Flamengo. It's really important for you to always share our video. I'm going to start here by talking about an important situation, right? Man, because the Argentine media is treating Flamengo like it's nothing. The Argentine press, the players there, commentators, they're treating us like we're nothing. Yeah. I'll just quickly, before I talk about this issue, respond to Thiago Asmar Pilhado and discuss this matter with you guys. Fabrício Bruno talked about the mistake. He said the following: look, one mistake is not going to define my career. People can't be cowards. Saying that one mistake is not going to define his career, that people can't be cowards. Complaining about the criticism he's receiving and so on. People can't be cowards. People have the right to criticize Fabrício Bruno. People have the right to say that you failed. It's everyone's right to analyze. And you failed. Neneca failed too, so that's life. I can believe you aren't qualified for the Brazilian national team. To think that Leo Ortiz is better. That Leo Pereira is better. Militão is better. That's my opinion. Now, other people might think you're better. Some may think Hugo Neneca is better. That's tough, right? Mauro Cesar said he lacks the quality for the Brazilian national team. That's a fact. He may be a good goalkeeper at Corinthians, but he's not good enough for the Brazilian national team. Well, let's review Thiago Asmar's comments about the issue of the Argentinians dismissing Flamengo as nothing. It's crazy, just look.
The Argentine press is disregarding Flamengo ahead of the semi-final with Racings. It's great that Felipe Luis demonstrates this to the team. The commentators are saying that Racing should be thankful for having gotten past Flamengo.
It's much better to have gotten past Flamengo than Estudiantes. Why? Because Estudiantes is a courageous team. People in São Paulo say Palmeiras is already Brazil's champion.
Flamengo is a team that just walks on the field. It's a team that strolls. In other words, it's a team that's full of itself. Let me tell you something. In the second game against Estudiantes, Flamengo lacked motivation. Flamengo must do much more to reach the final. Now.
Thiago, you're forgetting something. There was collective doping there. There was an accusation and a report of group doping. The players weren't tested in the match against Flamengo. There was no anti-doping test. The Estudiantes guys were running like crazy. No one here is trying to accuse anyone of anything. But it was the non-governmental organization itself over there, the one that handles this in Argentina, that released this. They're forgetting to talk about that too. Go ahead.
Flamengo, in this way, respecting one of the best squads in South America, if not the best, it's really good for Felipe Luis to show this in the locker room. That the Argentine press is treating Flamengo like they're nothing. And they're saying that it was good for Racing to get Flamengo. It's good. Let them talk first. They might go viral, right?
In Brazil, I admit I went viral talking about Olímpia. Me too.
I want to become a citizen here and admit it later.
Me too.
Check it out.
Thiago and I both saying we got the Olímpia.
We need to celebrate Racing's win over Flamengo. And we, the students watching, it's like, very brave. Very brave. They were walking. They remember the square, they remember the pool, they remember the full freezer. 2 lechones and a barbecue strip. 3 salmon for tomorrow. So of course the freezer is full.
The Argentine press is treating Flamengo like they're nothing.
So they're treating us like we're nothing. Is that it?
In the final against Racing.
Is that it? Let me put my seatbelt on here, man. Isn't it here?
Yeah, but I have $4 parking.
Oh, okay. I'll pay a little less, right?
Here it's $6 for 1 hour. We won't be here for an hour, you know?
Got it. It's always $4 there. Cool. Let's save some money. It's in dollars, right? Times 5.50. Well, let's go. So it's a situation, guys, that I agree with Thiago. We were even made fun of when we said we got Olímpia after Flamengo scored 9-2 in 2 games 2 years earlier in the Libertadores. I said, look, Flamengo should get past Olímpia easily. That's what I thought, and that's how it should be, right? Yeah, Flamengo should get past Olímpia easily. Flamengo failed to advance. Now, we just have to put up with it, right? It's teasing when they do that. Now, they've taken it further. Olímpia even posted on social media after getting past Olímpia. We got Olímpia. They posted it. It got there. It got to the locker room there. Here. Flamengo is being underestimated now at this moment by Argentine journalists and commentators, former players, everyone there devaluing Flamengo, talking as if Flamengo really was. It's far from that, okay? Acting like Flamengo is something special. There's no champion yet, okay? Talking like Flamengo doesn't matter. Okay, then, let Felipe Luis use that in the locker room. Show it to the players because it's unacceptable for those guys to talk about Flamengo like that. But what can you do? That's how it is. Man, it's really good to take advantage of this moment too. I'm going to react here to Robson Baudin. Man, it was really funny. Check this out.
I couldn't find any chicken at the World Cup. Man, I didn't find any chicken.
Man.
Wasn't it a blunder?
Yeah, it was man.
Look at that spectacular save.
Spectacular save. Already pushing it in. Oh my God.
Raio Barta is the best goalkeeper in Brazil. 1 goal.
Man, people are joking hard. Raio Barta is the best goalkeeper in Brazil. Yeah. The situation is tough for Hugo Souza. Now let me bring you some important information. Brazilian Football Confederation has chosen Alex Gomes and Stefano as main referees for the Botafogo versus Flamengo match. In the video assistant referee, we will have then the Brazilian Football Confederation appointing Alex Gomes and Stefano from Rio de Janeiro, a referee from Rio to officiate Flamengo and Botafogo. Assistants are Rodrigo Figueiredo, Henrique Correa, and Vitor Hugo Massudo Santos. In video assistant referee, Rodolfo Toschi Marques, known as Tosco Marques. Guys, let me tell you something. First of all, this referee they picked, Alex Gomes e Stefano, he breaks up the game the whole time. He won't let the game flow. Second, he's one of the referees who gives out the most yellow cards. And Flamengo has a lot of players at risk of suspension. So, from that, you can already see that really, yeah. It's pointless, isn't it? Punishment everywhere is just for show. And now the Federação Internacional de Football Association date is over. The guys won't be punished anymore. And even so, they keep assigning the referee, right? Who's going to mess things up, right? He has everything it takes to mess up Flamengo's game. It's shameful. Look, we had Flamengo's embassies and consulates also expressing their support for President Luis Eduardo Baptista. Look, here's the statement. We, the embassies and consulates spread throughout Brazil and the world, publicly declare our support for the Board of Directors of Clube de Regatas do Flamengo in defending technical and responsible criteria for the distribution of revenues from Libra, especially regarding the 30% link to audience ratings. We are not fighting for undue favoritism toward Flamengo. What is expected is respect for everything that has been achieved with sweat, passion, and the people. We won't let our greatness be turned into guilt or allow ourselves to be chosen just to fit others' comfort. Some try to reduce our claim to arrogance, when in fact, we are driven by justice rooted in facts. Flamengo tops national audience rankings across the board. Open television, cable television, streaming, social media. It attracts large crowds at any stadium nationwide, even as the away team. It is the only club that rivals major global brands in terms of engagement. Some still insist on creating distribution models that ignore reality for a false sense of balance, attempting to level Brazilian soccer by the average, or worse, by regional convenience. They're still here now, look at that. Let's be clear, we won't accept Flamengo being treated like any other club. To avoid upsetting those with different results, and for anyone doubting Flamengo's national reach, just look at us. We are living proof of that. We're organized and active nationwide and in many countries. From Manaus to Lisbon, Brasilia to Miami, and São Paulo to Tokyo. We occupy spaces once thought unreachable for us. There's a store here in Orlando. I'm here in Orlando. I'm talking about Flamengo here in Orlando. There's a Flamengo store here in Orlando. I'm always up to date with the new jerseys and tracksuits. I'm always up to date. So it's the whole world, man. We stood our ground in squares where they wanted us to be a minority. We're the world's largest and most active fan base. Flamengo will never walk alone, and wherever they try to limit us, we will become even greater. We thus reaffirm our unconditional support for the board in handling this matter. We are certain that this fight is legitimate, necessary, and it represents the entire red and black nation. Embassies, consulates, organized groups, club members, and councillors of the nation also support Luis Eduardo Baptista. Full support from everyone. Full support from everyone. That's redundant, right? Full support for President Luis Eduardo Baptista. Everyone, all sides supporting President Luis Eduardo Baptista. Fans, members, board members, and journalists from Rio de Janeiro who bring the truth, who are even responding. Some people from São Paulo who like to talk nonsense. Who even support Palmeiras, it's worth mentioning. And that's it. Everyone is supporting Flamengo. Supporter groups, members, board members, and now also the embassies and consulates of the nation. So we have another important piece of information to share with you. Regarding Flamengo, seeing the numbers drop without Pedro and attempting to restructure the offense during a crucial period according to Globo Esporte. Flamengo considers the next few weeks as the most important of the season and took advantage of the Federación Internacional de Fútbol Association break to test alternatives. So Pedro is expected to return as a starter, along with Felipe Luis, according to Globo Esporte. Felipe Luis then, during this break period, tried to train more with the Pedro precisely because he knows. Initially, they had mentioned Bruno Henrique playing, but Globo Esporte reports that Felipe will try to use Pedro more, precisely because of Flamengo's lack of goals from the attack. So, one sign of offensive issues is that Felipe Luis used different attacking formations, repeating the same lineup in only 4 of the last 11 games. Plata, Pedro, and Samuel Lino. The left winger is the only one who can be considered an undisputed starter. He appeared in 10 out of 11 matches. Although he's been in the most frequently used attacking lineup recently, it's still not possible to say that Pedro has secured a starting spot under Felipe Luis. He often competes for the position with Bruno Henrique and Plata, with and without Pedro. Look, the article says, in the last 5 games, Flamengo won only 1 and failed to score in 3 of them. In this stretch, Pedro was a substitute in 3 of them. So Pedro must be on the field. I've already said that. Zico, Luxemburgo, everyone said that now. Yeah. So, Felipe, the coach, said he chose the lineup based on the opponent's traits. Everything depends on our game plan and the qualities I think the team needs. But you have to play, like Luxemburgo said. Those with the best numbers have to play. The best one has to play, like Zico said, which is Pedro. Analyzing by opponent doesn't exist. Stop making things up, Felipe. We're rooting for you. You're gaining experience. But the best player in the position has to play. Whoever has the best stats. But I analyze it game by game. I'm giving you a tip here, man. If you want to accept it, okay. If not, if you don't want to accept it, that's life. We're saying what we think is best. Exactly for Flamengo. Yeah. So we always here trying to bring the best to Flamengo. So a tip from Zico, a tip from Luxemburgo. They were good. I liked it. I want to make it clear that I support this. I think they're right about this one. Luxa did well on this one. Zico did really well. Pedro needs to start, and Luxa mentions the stats. Luis Araujo deserves it as well. It's that simple. That's it. Please follow, like, share on all platforms, and subscribe on YouTube. Turn on notifications by clicking the bell. Leave a cool like on the video. Thank you so much for your company. Red and black greetings. This is Flamengo. This is cool, right? This tracksuit is awesome, man. We're in this together. Thanks.